Hello everybody. Now this is the next lecture on game theory. Now we will solve the problems of pure strategy and mixed strategy using dominance property. So what is dominance property? You know that for some games we can reduce the payoff matrix by reducing the number of rows and columns, as we can eliminate these rows and columns if they are being dominated by other rows and columns. Means we can reduce a payoff matrix by 2 by 2 matrix, most probably by 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so this can be done by using rule of dominance. Okay, so the rule depends on whether we are dominating the row or whether we are going to dominate the column. So for a row, dominance property for rows, what is happening, if all the entries in a row are less or equal to the corresponding entries in other rows, then you can eliminate the initial row. Why it is less? Because A always try to maximize its gains and he will never try to use the strategy which is having a lesser gain. Okay, so that's why the condition is that if all the entries in the row are lower or equivalent to that of the corresponding entries in the similar or the corresponding rows. Okay, so we can eliminate the initial row whose entries are lower or equal to the corresponding rows. Okay, similarly the dominance properties for columns. Okay, so as we know that if A is a gainer, B is a loser, so B will always try to use a strategy which can maximize, which can minimize its losses. So he will always try to use that strategy which can maximize his loss. So the condition for that, if all the entries in a column are greater or equal, so for the case of columns, the entries in the column are greater or equal to the corresponding entries in the another columns, then this column, the column having the greater or equal values, can be eliminated. Okay, also if both the conditions are not occurring in the payoff matrix, there is one more possibility of through which we can eliminate the row or column, that which is compare a particular row or column with the average of 2 or more rows or columns in order to reduce the payoff matrix. Means if we are having a row, then what we will do, we will find the average of the remaining 2 or more rows and then check it whether they are greater or equal to the values of the coming rows, that we can eliminate the row. And similarly, if the entries in the column are compared with the average of other entries in the column, and if the average values are lesser than that of the actual comparing column values, then we can eliminate the initial column. So these conditions will be cleared in the numericals. Okay, now we are having, as we know that we can have two types of strategies, pure strategies and mixed strategies. Okay, in pure strategies each player will opt only one strategy, but in mixed strategy more than one strategy can be opted by a player. So I am going to solve a question based on the mixed strategy, because if you will be able to solve the question on mixed strategy, it is very easier for you to solve question on the pure strategy. Okay, and I am going to choose such a question in which all these three conditions will be utilized and you will be able to solve any question on the dominance property. So let us start with the question on a mixed strategy, because if you will be able to solve question on this will become very easier for you to solve. Okay, so this is a question on game theory and we will use the dominance property in this question. This is a mixed strategy problem. Okay, so what is question? Find optimal strategy for person A and person B, and this is a zero sum, 2-person zero sum game, and find value of game using dominance rule. So this is the payoff matrix. Here the player B can use 4 strategies, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the player A can play 1, 2 and 3 strategies. Okay, so before going to dominance rule, we must have to check whether it is a pure strategy or mixed strategy question. So we will try to find the saddle point for the given question. Okay, so let us start with the row minima, finding the value of row minima. Okay, this is from this row we will see that this is the value of minimum, row minima. Now here the value is -4, and as you know we have to choose the minimum value. This is the minimum value. Again, from the columns we have to choose the maximum value from each column. Okay, 5 minus 4, 4. This is 5, and similarly this is again maximum value is 5. Again here the value is 4, and here the value is 5. Now what we have to check. Initially we have to find the maximum value. So from these three values, -3 is the maximum value for row minima, and similarly from here we have to find the minimum value. So the minimum value is is 4. So you will to have a saddle point, the value of maximum must be equal to minimax value, but here the maximum value is -3 and the minimax value is 4, and they are not equal. So it means that there is no saddle point for this question, and it means that it is not a pure strategy question. So it is a problem of mixed strategy. Now we will use the dominance rule for finding the optimum strategy for person A and value of the game. Okay, so let us start with the dominance rule. Okay, so now I am erasing this, as this is not required for the dominance rule procedure. Now, so we will start with row. So to start with the row and to start the question, what we have to do, which row we have to choose for the starting. So first of all, make the sum of all these values. Okay, initially the sum is 3 minus 3, 0 and 5. No, we have to add all these values. 5 plus 4 and minus 4 plus 5, that is 10, and this is 3 minus 3, 3 minus, this is 0. Okay, similarly for this column also, add the values of all columns entries. 5 minus 4, this is 5, this is minus 3 minus 4, this is minus 2. You have to add them. Minus 3 minus 4 minus 7 plus 5 minus 2. 3 plus 4, this is value, this value is 4, and this is 4, 5, 3, this is 12. Okay, so these are the values. Now for row, you know that the principle is x must be less than or equal to y. It means that the A will play a strategy which will provide him the maximum gain. So for dominance property for row says that if the entries of any of the row, are less than or equal to the corresponding entries of the given rows, then that row can be eliminated. Okay, now as A will choose the strategy which can provide him maximum gain. So what we have to do, we have from these three values, after adding the values of different rows, what we have to do, we have to choose the value which is the minimum. So 0 is the minimum, so we will compare this row with other rows so that we can use the dominance rule. So initially I am going to mark it as 1, this is second minimum, and this is third minimum. Okay, so initially we will compare this row with these two rows. Okay, and use the principle. Now what is the principle? The values of these row, if we have to eliminate this row, the values of these row must be lower or equal to that of the entries of the corresponding row. So let us compare these values with row 1. Okay, as this is on the second number. Okay, so 4 is lesser than 5, condition is satisfied again. Minus 4 is lesser than minus 3, condition again satisfied. Minus 3 is lesser than 3, so condition is satisfied, and 3 is always lesser than 4. So all the entries in row 3 are lesser than that of the values in the first row. So we can eliminate these rows, as this strategy will minimize the gain for player A, and he will never try to use this strategy. So the first rule, that is the rule, dominance rule for rows, is satisfied here, as all the values of row 3 are lesser than that of the values of row 1. So we can eliminate this row. Okay, now moving, we will compare the second row with the third row. So let us start. 5 is greater than -4, so this condition is not satisfied. Okay, so we can eliminate only one row. So we can't use these values. We have to again write this payoff matrix as element. We have eliminated the row 3. So after eliminating this row 3, we have a new payoff matrix, that is layer B and B1, B1, 2, 3, 4, and this is player A. He will now use only two strategies. Okay, and the values are 5, -3, 3 and 4, -4, 5, 4 and 5. As no more rows can be eliminated, now we will do the same action for the columns also. 5, we will add these values and then find the maximum value. In case of row, what we have to do, we have to choose the maximum value from the sum, so that column can be compared with the other values. Okay, the sum is here. Now 5 minus 4 is 1, 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, 4 minus 3 is 4 plus 3 is 7, and 4 plus 9 is 5. Okay, we have to add these values. Okay, now as you have seen that in case of row, we have given the preference to the value which is having minimum value. Okay, but in case of column, we will choose the sum which is having a maximum value. So here 9 has a maximum value. Okay, so we will compare this column with the other columns. Okay, this is the second maximum value, we can count it as second, this as third, and this is the minimum value, so we will put it on 4. Now as this column has a sum of 9, we will compare the entries of this column with other columns also. Okay, now you will see that as per the dominance rule, for eliminating the column, the values or the entries in the column must be greater or equal to that of the corresponding entries of the other column. So we will, for eliminating the column 4, the values in the column 4 must be greater or equal than the other values. Okay, so let us compare the values of fourth column with third column. Okay, as 5 is greater than 4, the condition is satisfied. Again 4 is greater than 3, so the condition is satisfied for eliminating the column, as the values in the column 4 are greater than the corresponding values in the column 3. So we can eliminate this, as we will never play this strategy, and this will lead to the maximum loss to player B. So we will eliminate these values. Okay, now this is the second column which is having the second priority, so we will compare these values with other values. So now you will see that 4 is greater than -4, but 3 is lesser than 5, so this condition is not satisfied. We cannot eliminate this. Now we will compare these values. Okay, 4 is lesser than 5, so condition is not satisfied. Now as I have discussed earlier, that there is a third condition also, that we will add these two values. Okay, and find the average. We will find the average of these two entries and then compare these entries with this. If these values will be greater than the average of these values, we can then eliminate these values. So now we will find the average of these two values. Okay, so you will see that 5 minus 3 upon 2, this is 5 minus 3 upon 2, 2 by 2, and this is 1. So the average of these two entries is 1. Okay, now the average of these entries, -4 plus 5 by 2, this is equal to 1 by 2. So now we have found the average of these two entries. Now we will compare these two entries with these. If these values are greater or equal than the average of these values, we can eliminate the column 3. Now as 3 is greater than 1, condition is satisfied. again 4 is also greater than 1 by 2, so the condition is satisfied. So we can, as the values in the column 3 are greater than the average of the values of first and 2, so we can eliminate the column 3. So this is the elimination of column 3. As in this example we have used the rule of dominance of rows, we have used the rule of dominance of columns, and also we have used the average method also for dominance of a column. Okay, now the matrix has been again reduced to 2 by 2. Now we will again compare these two values also. Now you will see that for 5 is greater than -4. Okay, condition is satisfied, but -3 is lesser than 5, so the dominance rule for column is not valid for this. So this payoff matrix cannot be reduced further. So I am going to write the 2 by 2 payoff matrix which have been generated by eliminating rows and columns. So the final payoff matrix comes out to be player B. He will be using only two strategies now, 1 and 2, and player A, he is using two strategies again, 1 and 2, and the payoff matrix is 5 -3 -4 plus 5. Now you will see that there is a 2 by 2 payoff matrix. Okay, now you will see that for mixed strategy problem what we have to do now, as I have also explained in my first video, we have to find the odd ments. What we have to do, we have to find the odd ments. Okay, how you can find the odd ments? You have to subtract this minimum value from the maximum value. Now if you will subtract -3 from 5, that will be 8, and you have to write that value here. Again you have to subtract this value of -4 from the maximum value, that is from 5. So when you will subtract -4 from 5, this will comes out to be 9. Similarly the odd ments for columns also, you have to use the similar method. Now subtract -5 from the maximum value, that is 5, it will comes out to be 9, and you have to write 9 here. Similarly for this column you have to subtract -3 from 5, and after subtracting -3 from 5 you will be having 8, and you have to write the value of 8 here. Now again what we have to do, we have to find the probability. Probabilities means probability of strategy 1 played by A. Okay, and this can be written as 1. Now you can find it thus by writing the odd ments and then the sum of the odd ments. 9 by 8, that is 9 by 70, and similarly here for second strategy for A, the odd ment is 8 and sum is 9 plus 8, that is 8 by 70. And similarly we can find the probability for player B, how much probability of strategy 1 and 2, that will be used by B. So that can be written as Q1, and Q1 is for strategy 1 for player B, that is 8 by sum of odd ments, that is 17, and similarly Q2, that is probability of use of strategy B by player B is 9, value of odd ment is 9 and sum of odd ment is 17. Okay, so we can now write the values of probabilities, but before that let us find the value of the gain. Now I am erasing this is of no need now. Okay, so you know that the value of gain, I have explained this thing also earlier in my first video. Okay, so how can we find that? We will multiply this 5 with 9 and -4 with 8. 5 multiplied by 9 plus -4 into 8 divided by 8 plus 9. Okay, divided by the sum. This is what 45 minus 32 upon 17, and this comes out to be 13 by 17, and this is equal to 0.76. Okay, so value of game is about 76%. So the answers are value of game is 76 and probability for different strategies. So for probability of A for playing different strategies are 9 by 70 for strategy 1, 8 by 17, and for third this is 0. Similarly for probability of B for different strategies, use of different strategies, for 1 it is 8 by 17, for B it is 9 by 17, for strategy 3 0 and 0. So these are the answer, means that these are the probabilities of different strategies that will be played by A, this, and for the probability of different strategy that B will use as first this, for second this, he will not use third and fourth probability, and the fourth one is the value of the game 76. Now you can easily find or you can use the dominance property for a pure strategy, okay, because all the things that has to be used in pure strategy are being explained here in this question of mixed strategy, okay. So I am going to write a question here, you have to try that at home.